Hello, good morning, everybody. I am Chloe, and this is Rise and Right, the Thursday 10 a.m. edition. As I get tongue-tied. That's okay. Stutters do that. Welcome, everybody. And let's see, I am not fully set up because I got caught up reading news stories. That's kind of the norm, right? Yeah, things are going okay so far. And like I blew a fuse in my room. I apparently the straw that broke the camel's back in my house was um, a new computer. And that was how we discovered that the entire this side of the house. Like, obviously, I am facing a hallway right now because there is a window behind me. Everything on this side of the hallway, which includes a bathroom and a kitchen, are all on the same fuse, which is absolutely a terrible design. But that is this entire house. It was built like 60 years ago, and as things have been upgraded in them, they've been upgraded poorly. So, blew a fuse, had to restart the computer, blah, blah, blah. But here I am, alive and well, and trying to get my computer working. There we go. Okay, so we got a bunch of people already here today. That is exciting for me. We had a real quiet night last night, which was fine. We had a weird conversation for it, but it's always good to have a bunch of people. So I have a Rose here this morning, and Ayane is here. Welcome back. It has been a while, but I'm glad to see you. And I got Greg here, and I got Vera here. It is afternoon for her, if I remember correctly, or no, her graphic is on the lady. If that is wrong, please tell me. I will absolutely put the wrong gender on people, not meaning to. But they're in the UK, I believe. So afternoon. It is morning here in Atlanta. Petra is here. Hello. And Greg is still getting ready. So we'll be gone for 10 minutes, but that's okay because the first sprint is just 10 minutes. So you'll just miss that beginning mini sprint. And Courtney is here. Hello, Courtney. And I've got a Devin. Yay. I have Devin. And Jackie is here. Welcome, everybody. So it's just me today and the furballs, of course. They won't leave my room since I'm the only one home anymore. That's okay. So the plan for today is we are going to start off with a 10-minute sprint in just a minute here. And then we'll be doing 5-minute breaks and 20-minute sprints for the rest of the morning. I am editing today, and I did not get very far with the edits yesterday, but I guess the flip side of that is that meant that there was a whole lot for me to edit because I was working hard on those edits. Oh, and because my computer crashed, that program is not up. So I'm going to go ahead and launch my Scrivener. There we go. Okay, good. I got everything correct for Vera. Sorry, Scrivener open. I don't know if anybody else has this problem. I use like a bunch of different programs, just depending on my mood, and I've been testing a bunch of new ones out for novel writing. Scrivener, I don't know if anybody else has this issue with their Scrivener, but my Scrivener will never open to the last file that I had open. It always opens to one that was open like 3 files ago, if that makes sense. So like right now I'm working on Truth or Wares. And before that I had, I don't know, I think Verity was open. And before that I had Cry Fox open. And that was what just opened. I don't know why Scrivener is like this. It's like, it's one of those little dumb problems that, you know, I mean, it's not like any massive inconvenience, but also why are you programmed this way? Okay, let's go ahead and get that first sprint going, and I'll figure out what I'm doing over here and be a little bit more organized afterward. It is 6 past the hour, so I'll see you guys at 16 past. Okay, time is up. I am editing and I'm having one of those, I'm having weird Scrivener moments. So I deleted about 100 words, which is, I'm worried because like this is the second edit, but oh my God, why was my first edit so bad that this scene had that many words that could just easily be deleted? I don't know. Also, I'm having that weird, apparently this is a day for weird Scrivener issues, because I'm having that issue where when you're using project targets and you try to reset your session, it doesn't reset to 0. It's for me resetting to negative 1,161, which means I'm having to do a bunch of math that I don't want to do, but that's okay. Over on the Twitch side of things, Coffee is here. Hey, Coffee, thanks for joining. So today I am editing my final book in my Shifter romance. This series this will be the 4th book in it. There will be a companion book to it. There's probably going to be another series if I can actually ever get this thing to sell. I wrote it to set up to have like a bigger world to it. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Depends on what happens with this first one. But there will definitely be one more book in it that will be a standalone and also historical. And it'll be an origin tale. So that one I've actually got mostly written as well. I wrote it before I wrote the rest of the Shifter stuff. And then I just tied it into it. And I was happy to do that. So y'all let me know how you did. Looks like I got a bunch of people here and everybody being real quiet. That's okay. I mean, like, if you don't want to talk, it's fine. I just feel bad. Not that you're not talking to me, but like, am I rambling? Does everybody just want me to get that clock going again? But I've only been 2 minutes on break. It's easier for me to say that now because I am editing and I can literally just edit for hours straight. It's not like writing where I have to do it in sprints. I could just sit here all day and read this and be totally fine with it. That's not what I'm going to do because I do have other stuff I need to do today. I have to do a little bit more for the quilt, and I'm trying to do like an hour a day on that quilt and hopefully have it done in a reasonable time. We'll see. And I got to clean the kitchen. I never cleaned it. I did dishes, don't get me wrong, but from what I was doing all of the canning the other day. Everybody is responding to me now. I'm sorry I dragged you guys all out. Jackie got laundry going. I got 281 words written. Courtney is stretching and Coffee is lurking. That's fine. I accept that. And Vera is working, no words, just data, but also valid. But anyways, yeah, I did a bunch of canning the other day, which, meant hours of cooking as well. And I got all the dishes done, but like the canner is still out. The cans are still out, and I have to rearrange the pantry to make them fit. And I hate doing that so much. We all have our like weird things that we don't. That's like the dumbest thing. Just pull the old cans forward and like move things around, but everything is so chaos in there because I hate doing it that it's going to be an hours long task. And I'm almost thinking about recruiting my roommate. He's been coming home for like an hour every day. I'm assuming just to get away from the baby, and I support that because you guys know my feelings about babies. But he's been coming home after work for like an hour every day, and I might put him to work then. I know that sounds like a terrible thing to do to a new father, but he'll enjoy the strictly adult normal life interaction. I'm sure of it. Okay, let's go ahead and get our next break. Oh, Rose hates washing silverware. That's a strange one, but again, like I know that mine is also strange, so That's not in any way judging. It's a quirk, and I love everybody's quirks. Okay, so we're gonna go for 20 minutes this time. It is 21 past. So I'll see you guys at 41 past. Okay, that is time. I did get pulled away from the computer for a moment, so I only got a little bit of work done. I deleted about 200 words. I feel like this strategy never works, but I'm going to restart Scrivener. Apparently, this is just a day of all of those little irritations with Scrivener. So I am going to save that so I don't lose what little I just did. And I'm going to exit. Let me know how you guys did. I did finish a scene. No, that's a lie. I didn't. I almost did, though. I had to backtrack on it. I feel like I am still having the exact same problem with this that I unfortunately had the first time around. The reason that I rewrote this whole thing, by problem I mean with the manuscript and not with Scrivener itself. But now that I'm this far in it, I have realized that that part of why I was going back was to further develop their characters in the first couple of scenes, or because I lost so much character development in deleting the first 2 chapters. I don't think I did it. I think one of my characters still has 0 personality, and the other character is partially already established from the previous books. He's not in the previous books, but he's part of the group that was in the previous books. Basically, this whole series starts with him already searching for this girl. And this is the book where he finally, so like he's talked about in the other books that they're waiting for him to come back. And now this is his actual story. So I feel like he's got a little bit more development. And he just also has like a crappier background, and that always, like a more abusive background. So that tends to make characters slightly, it's not getting out of character development, but it makes it's another step of character development. Let's see. Greg got no words and is still editing a tough part, and it's going very slowly. Right there with you. I'm at a point where the editing is moving smoothly again, but I'm also looking at how many more edits I'm going to have to do on this stupid thing that, like, so far I've tanked on this series entirely. I just want to get it done, though, so I don't have a floating series out there. Jackie got 600 words. That's fantastic. Courtney got 570 words. It is a slow morning for Courtney. A fast morning for everybody else. That's if I'm writing at like optimal pace, I will write at around 600. So you guys, Jackie and Courtney, are like right where I usually am. But Courtney's really fast. Greg, on Fiverr, I do not strictly read romance. I have my description written as romance just because I put it up there because I know it's hard to find people who will read romance and erotic content. I would try my hand at sci-fi in a dystopian future, but I would definitely want a sample of it first to make sure that I knew that I would be a good reader for it. I know that I can read any romance, but some sci-fi, I like sci-fi, but it doesn't always get my attention. But if you contact me, if you've already like got it ready and you're just looking for a proofreader and you reach out to me on Fiverr, I'll take a look at it for you. So let's go ahead and do the next sprint. We are going to go for 20 minutes again. It is 46 past. So I will see you guys at 6 past. Okay, that is time. Let me know how y'all did. Greetings to Shadow and to CB. Thanks for joining. We still have another hour to go, so you guys have plenty of time to get work done. I had some social time in that one, so I didn't get that much done, but I deleted 97 words and I finished another scene. I'm having this stress that I'm gonna have to do like a whole nother damn rewrite on the first 3 scenes. But it's funny, it's one of those things, and I'm sure y'all, since you're writers, y'all know this sensation. But there comes that point where even though everything was bad in the beginning, suddenly everything is just flowing properly. And I can't rely on that. I can't say, well, people are just going to suffer through the first 4 chapters and just accept that this character has development to it. And, this character actually has a personality and goals and blah, 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 blah. But I'm feeling better that right now I am chopping a whole bunch of words in a good way, especially now because this is very much action oriented right now. But like what's going on right now is very action driven as opposed to thought driven, I guess would be the right way of saying it. Courtney, thank you for joining. I will see you later. So like for right now, absolutely. Just like a tip for anybody, if you're, still fairly new on the writing game and you haven't really done a whole bunch with how to actually set pacing in your stories to fit what's going on. If you've got action going, you want everything to be short and clipped and sparse, as opposed to if it's more the thought or feeling driven moments, in which case you want them to be very well elaborated. Just so you know, it's just a how you get that pacing to feel right. Like the thought parts, usually people are pretty good on. There's also like a proper word that is not thought or feeling driven. Character development moments, I guess would be the right way of saying it. But anyways, it's, usually people are fine with those as long as they can write them. I know some people struggle with just simply writing them, but, if you are struggling with trying to get your pacing faster on the action scenes, I just had like a werewolf attack happen. The way to do that is to trim it as much as possible. The short sentences, partial sentences, short paragraphs, little details, that all helps with that. And Greg is starting to see the forest for the trees on your chapter. That is fantastic. It's really nice having that feeling of, things finally starting to come together, especially if you've been kind of slogging through it. Again, that's like all my mood right now with what I am working on. And Jackie got 800 words. I've got a bunch of powerhouses in here I see today. Hopefully when I get back to drafting, it will be my motivation to get my pacing back where it needs to be. And CB says she's going to start scheduling for nano events. Are you talking about the camp nanos in April and July? I have not even thought about that yet. I will absolutely, I participate always in the nanos, but I still haven't. So I'm the ML, or the regional director for my area for NaNoWriMo, and I still haven't put up a welcome to 2021 post up because I'm in Georgia. So I was waiting until after that special election happened, because we were all just flooded, obviously, the first week of January with, people telling us to vote and the commercials and all of that. And then, as you'll recall, the day after that was when when everything happened at the Capitol. So I've been biding my time, and I believe I've got like the Lunar New Year coming up real shortly. And so that's when I'm gonna go ahead and post that. This whole year was messed up because, again, for those of you who were watching my show back in November, recall I also didn't have power or internet for a chunk of this year. That was my whole region. So it's been a mess. And Greg says, to my mind, a story is three things: plot, character, and setting. Yes. Some stories may emphasize one thing over the other, but I believe all stories need to have at least some of all three. Absolutely. You getting that balance is right. And of course, depending on especially the genre you write, will dictate how much you need of each. Of course, since I write romance, character is heavier than everything else. Thank you, CB. February 12th is Lunar New Year. I believe you're right on that. I know it's early February. So yeah, that is going to be when I decide that 2021 starts. But yeah, to what Greg said, you really want all of those. I know that there are some genres where you can kind of ditch a little bit of it, but for the most part, you want a good balance between plot, character, and setting. Okay, we're gonna go for another 20. It is 11:13. So that runs. And there's Devin. This is the 13th month of 2020. Absolutely, I've also decided that. Which, I mean, well, no, I was gonna say it was January 2020, kind of like the last month of 2019, but no, if I remember correctly, January of 2020 was when Australia was on fire. Was California also quite a bit on fire then? I'm not sure, but I remember January being rough too. Anyway, we're gonna go for the next 20 minutes. I will see you guys at 33 past. Okay, we are back, and I definitely left that on a sentence that needs a massive rewrite. That makes no sense, and I tried to like delete a little bit from it to fix it, and it's just getting worse. But that's okay. We're off of this break, and we go back to writing Susie while I stretch. Sorry. I'll go ahead and fix that. So, I don't think I reset my session target from last time because it says I'm at negative 260, and that seems extreme, but maybe not. I don't know. Either in the last 20 minutes or the last 40 minutes, I deleted 260 words, and either way, I feel good about that. Also, this... Okay, so I've been talking trash about this book all morning, but this story is comprised so far of a whole bunch of tiny scenes. I'm in a scene that's 1,400 words right now, but I just went through a bunch of scenes that were under 1,000. And I really wish I could get back to that kind of writing, because that's the problem with the one that I just did the rough on, is that all of those scenes are like 2,000 words, and it's way too much, and I don't need to be like this. So maybe that is one of my goals for 2000 is 2000. Wow, 2021. Just keep saying the date, and it'll work. But yeah, maybe that's one of my goals. It's just like getting control of my words again, so these scenes aren't massive. Oh my god, I just can't talk today. It's just one of those days. Greg managed 130 words. Chapter 2 is syllabus. Oh, you're working on chapter 2. I feel that even more now because I've mentioned this before, but I know that a lot of authors are different and love writing the beginning and the end. But for me, I love writing the middle, and the beginning, the very beginning and the very end are the worst parts for me, which is part of why I'm struggling so bad at what I'm doing now, except that I've kind of transitioned into a middle. I don't usually use beat sheets or anything like that. I definitely did not use a beat sheet for this one. And because the plot is so screwed up, I couldn't possibly tell you where I am in the beats on this one. Sometimes I can do it, but this is not one that I can. They're in a part where it's kind of a... Oh, what's a good way of describing this? So basically, she is supposed to be marrying his brother. They are wolf shifters. And he has been like kicked out of his pack. Basically, he's like considered an abomination by his pack because he is the twin brother of the alpha, and there's a curse. Doesn't matter. But anyway, so he's sent out to retrieve her because he's the best tracker from the pack, and he's still indebted to them. And it turns out that they're bondmates, which is a typical trope for shifters. And he's rejecting that bond, and then disaster happens, and now she's pregnant with his kid. And they're just at that point where they're starting to be like, you know what, we can do this. Like, everything is terrible right now. I've put these two through the ringer. He's currently being cursed by like a werewolf thing, so everything is bad. But they're seeing that maybe they can make everything work in the end. And that's where I'm at right now. And then they're going to have a terrible breakup because it turns out that she did something really, really terrible. And so he's going to ditch her with his brother, thinking that's safer for her, and it's absolutely not. And eventually she'll end up going back to him and he'll save her, blah, blah, blah. I'm not that far into the story, but I'm at like an up moment right now. But yeah, so I guess I'm not in the beginning anymore. I'm certainly well past chapter 2. I'm at like chapter 6 right now, but I understand the chapter 2 blues. Okay, so let's go ahead. We've got one more sprint to do. It is that time. So we'll go ahead and do this sprint, and then that will be, I'll be calling it a day on Word Stitch on YouTube. But no, Shadow, I do run Facebook ads, but not on this one. And this one is not published yet either. That's a real dumb thing to say, but like I haven't put up a pre-order. That would be the right way of saying that. The only ones that I have put on Facebook ads is the Demon series. So that's just somebody else with a similar story, I guess. But, it's shifters. It's a bunch of tropes. That's how you use that trope. Okay, so I will not be back on YouTube today, but I will be on Twitch later today to do some more sprints and also play Gree. It is a pretty game. It is relaxing. But also you can watch me freak out over not being able to solve very basic puzzles. Not like Scream or anything. I'm not one of those gamers, but I'll definitely have that moment where I'm like, oh, I'm doing. But anyway, so that's going to be happening later this afternoon, probably, I'm thinking like 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern. So in an hour or two, I'll do lunch, do some stuff, and then do that. So, yeah, that is my plans for today. But for now, let's go ahead and get this last sprint going. It is 11:40, so we are going to finish this at exactly noon Eastern time. See you guys then. Okay, that is it. That is the end of my sprints today. I just finished chapter 6. I don't know how many chapters I have. I never numbered them. I'm not even entirely sure, to be honest with you, if these are arranged in chapter order yet. But I am at the 6th untitled folder. Those of you who use Scrivener probably understand that very well. I don't name things, so all of my seeds are just like the first 5 words of the first sentence of the scene. But I am 6 chapters in, and I could say that there are 11 chapters left in the first part, or 11 chapters total of the first part. So by that, I'm going to say that I'm a quarter of the way through. Is that correct? No, but that's okay. I also deleted 160 words in that sprint. I am now officially below 70,000. I came into today at 70,000 and about 600. I am now at 69,675. So I've deleted almost 1,000 today. I've deleted like 900 a day, and I feel good about that. I'm not at this rate. I'm not going to be able to get like a huge difference in my word count. That'll take actually deleting scenes, and I haven't come across any, and I don't think I will, that will be delete worthy or so unworthy as to be deleted. But I feel good that I am chopping down some of it. So again, I'm going to go take a break, and I'll be back in sometime in the next couple of hours on my Twitch channel for writing and agree. And I'll be back on this channel tomorrow at 8 a.m. So you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you later.